Okay, a few minutes ago, just finished watching a YouTube video. I watched one science person named Anton Petrov, I believe. He's from Canada. And this is exciting. Just a few minutes ago, this video came out. I will put a link below. But he is talking about gravity waves. And this may be the next Nobel Prize in Science to come up. The next big thing, a big discovery in physics, is that as gravity waves are passing through space, it alters space at the subatomic level. Smaller than atoms, space is altered as the gravity waves pass. That's huge. That's really big. From a science standpoint, the math, he says, is checking out. And it could be the next big thing. For me, on a metaphysical side, for me personally, it makes me really excited. And the reason is way back in my Strange Happening 55, I talked about this download that hit me in the shower, knocked me to the ground. Part of the information that came in was seeing waves of light moving through the universe. And I even did a presentation mid-May of 2020 for the Galactic Alliance. I'll put a link to that below too. I was able to download it. Sheila let me download it and put it up on my own site, but it's out there on the Galactic Alliance site as well, their website. But this is Strange Happening 163 at the 36-minute mark. A little over a year ago, mid-May of 2022, I posted it May 31st, 2022. 36-minute mark, I start talking about this. These gravity waves that I see as light, and I say it's gravity waves moving through space. And what I do say online in my presentation is the solution to quantum entanglement and quantum gravity is this waveform. It's this wave moving through the macro universe, our size, and the micro universe, like at the quantum level. At the very end of this science guy, Anton's presentation, he's talking about it, how they believe that it's may also be affecting down to the quantum level, possibly. All of this still has to be proven even more, but so far it's checking out, but it's still got to be proven. But if it is, this is the next Nobel Prize in Science is for this, that gravity waves may have some type of, they call it a memory, but it's leaving an impression in smaller than atoms, subatomic level of space. Now for me, what that brings up is something that I've put out here. In that same presentation, Strange Happening 163, I do talk about when Jimmy asked a question, is more than an hour long. The presentation was an hour long of questions, but one of the attendees asked a question, Jimmy did, about some memories about the walk-in that I had as a teenager. And one of the memories is, going into the crazy little world, is flying a ship and remembering the navigational panel and moving time, two parts of the panel across. One is current, one is different points in time, to move across to see what's changed. Another panel down here is also points in space, where you look like you're going, here, where you currently are, and then trying to see the path to there and no obstacles. There are obstacles, from my memory, there are obstacles there. I don't want to call them black holes, but there are points from this memory, in my metaphysical world, there are points, very rare, but there are points that you cannot go through. You have to go around. And these aren't black holes. It's something else, these void points. And I mentioned that this is what I do. I go to these void points, and this is a void point where Earth is. This place here is a void point to find out what's happening. And I mentioned that in my presentation, so I got to put that out there. I did mention that. But anyway, for me, these gravity waves and what's happening is part of the solution to navigating long distances through space in some of these craft. That's what it is for me, okay? What if, and I didn't put this part in the presentation, but You know that time slows down the closer it gets to a black hole, right? There are black holes, like the movie Interstellar. Time slows down as it gets closer to a black hole. Perhaps there is a point where time stops. Now, these gravity waves that are generated, what if the gravity waves, as it passes through these points in time, time stoppage, picks up some of that time memory and carries it with gravity waves going through space, and it leaves an impression in different subatomic particles, perhaps even in the quantum space, that is dropping these memories through space. Maybe it's carrying it with it. The wave is carrying the memories with it of these times around the black hole. What's time is going around that particular black hole. But then again, there are many black holes throughout the universe. And this is all happening multiples in all angles. And perhaps this is contributing to that background hum of the universe that he talks about, that these scientists talk about, that there is a background hum to the universe. Perhaps this is part of it. I don't know. For me, it's like music. One of my videos I talk about, there's this music that never ends. It never ever ends. It's just music. It's unbelievable. It's always building and building and building. And for me, this is part of that music, is the background hum of the universe is music. But it's the gravitational waves, I think. Personally, I don't know. I'm not a scientist, like not that kind of scientist. So it's just funny that his presentation is talking about gravity waves, and they talk about memory, but it's what the scientists really are detecting isn't a memory, not what they're detecting. It's just that it's leaving an impression at the subatomic level of space. So it's leaving a memory of the gravity wave that is passed through that section. It's what they're calling a memory, but it's not like our version of memory. I'm just expanding upon that to a different level. So I don't know. I just find that interesting that it's starting to get there. Science is starting to get there, and I find that to be exciting.